We appreciate you guys coming in today. I'm going to turn that off there. Turn on this other computer here. Flip it around. I just want to take a couple minutes to speak to everybody this morning, bring you guys into our Vegas office complex. Twin Towers Trading Heritage Realty. We own the entire complex that you see there that you came into today. I know many of you guys were at our Sarasota office for our last conference that we had. We also own property obviously in New Jersey, all over the United States and various different investment opportunities. But I want to bring everybody in today to our Vegas office for the launch of what we're calling the new TTT. Completely different than anything you've ever seen. What you've been dealing with for the past year is what it's taken to get us to the position we're in today, right now. Each person that's seated here in this room is in the driver's seat. Each person is behind the steering wheel. Each person controls how much their foot will go on the gas and how much their foot will go on the brakes. But the good news is that you can drive at your own speed. We're all at different levels. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Mr. Kurt Hogan, brand new, just coming in. He's in Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Alvin Warren, brand new, just coming in. Judy Wolford up here, just coming in. These are all three brand new people that you guys probably have never seen or ever heard of, correct? Yeah. The good news is they're part of the new system that's launching. You guys remember at the last conference I promoted Mr. Rick Coffey as my national training manager? I would say Mr. Coffey's done an outstanding job over the last 90 days. Everybody agree? Absolutely. It's taken a weight off of my shoulders because what many of you guys don't understand is this is the United States. We live in. We work in, correct? But Twin Towers Trading, we're in 19 countries. So you're only seeing a very small piece of this. I wouldn't expect you to be worried about Puerto Rico, which I have job fairs going on right now, today. I have a staff of 2 in Puerto Rico right now interviewing. I left New Jersey on Sunday. Not to mention Mr. Bender. Where are you? There you are, Mr. Bender. We're working on Mr. Bender with redoing France currently right now. We're working on some things to bring him over. And not to mention going into the other countries like Spain we were talking about with Mrs. Smith. We still haven't moved on it yet because we're waiting for what's happening right here today in the United States of America. What good is it to win the world if you lose your own backyard? And that's why Mr. Coffey is in this position that he's been in for the last 90 days. To help me succeed on a global scale. Because it's not what you see right here. This isn't just it. But everything that Mr. Coffey has been helping me do in the United States, and now with the teamwork of Mr. Roccaforte, which many of you guys may not understand, but Mr. Roccaforte has also moved into a bigger position in product development. The knife script that's out there on the road came from Mr. Roccaforte. I'd say it works. You did just under 1,000, huh? Might work. But now, with the combined efforts, there's no stopping what this team is going to do. There's no stopping. Once we have the United States finished, this will be replicated in 19 different countries. I'm glad to report that just a couple days ago, I met in our Sarasota office with a software engineer. We spent about 8 hours working on our workflow, and he's not stopping until we have proprietary software in place with a dashboard system to control everything from scheduling to shipping to sales to accounting to payroll. all from your tablet or your smartphone. Easily accessible. Every single thing you will do at this company will be from an office, but the office will be the smartphone or the tablet. It's moving to the point where when new trainees come on board, of course managers are already here, we understand that, but when new trainees come on board, they will have certain requirements and levels to hit before they're issued their own iPad. Because that's how corporate America is going. Right now, we're in a technology era. We do things on smartphones. In fact, I do my whole business throughout most of the day on my phone. I get 300 plus emails, and I answer them all pretty much on my phone when I do them. My voicemails are all logged in, all of my notes, my logs. I have pop-ups, I have alarms, I have reminders, the whole 9 yards. I'm moving that same system I use to your hands, to the representative's hands. And then once it finishes here, it'll translate in all of the different languages that we have all across the globe. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. But with that being said, I think we need to look back. Y'all want to know some history of like where you work?
Yeah.
Like what they do?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's talk. It all started back in 1880 in a little place called Ashbury Park. Anybody heard of that? Isn't that in New Jersey? Ashbury, as God, is my saying it right? Asbury? Asbury Park, okay. There was a gentleman by the name of Nathan Morris. He was the son of Kidders Morris, which is the one who came in the 1800s. Nathan Morris was a pitchman. He worked on the boardwalk, okay, up and down the Atlantic coast. It wasn't until his son, Lester Morris, and his other son, Arnold the Knife Morris, really took this and expanded the family business. Of course, from that, apprenticeship started with the Popeils. You guys are all familiar with Ron Popeil, the big famous set it and forget it. The pocket fisherman. That's all us. It's all us. But Arnold the Knife Morris, has anyone heard of Arnold the Knife, by the way? Out of curiosity, you have? Okay, anybody else? No? He was a very famous pitchman. That was known. This was before the Ginsu, so everyone knows, okay? And his signature move was to line the tomatoes all the way across the blade and make them stand up. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
To what we use today? Mr. Arnold the Knife Morris had a son. You guys might know him. He was Jeff Brandon. And Jeff Brandon started Twin Towers trading in the Twin Towers in 1993. And here we are 21 years later, doing multi-millions of dollars of business with multi-billions of dollars of companies that are out there. You know, to hold the worldwide Walmart contract and pretty much to be able to get into any chain we want on the drop of a dime. I don't know if you guys know this. Here in the United States, under the last year, under my tutelage, we've now got approximately 12,000 stores to pitch in the United States of America. It's pretty big. We just added, for instance, in the Indy area, Marshes. I've got to meet with Winn-Dixie here in a week or two to do a demo. Mrs. Lopez is helping me launch the HEB chain in Texas we just brought on. I could go on and on and on and on about the chains. They're just, y'all heard of Myers, the little company? Yeah, I already signed the contract. It's in. We're just waiting to launch. This is no joke. It's serious stuff, which is why I brought you all here for the week, to make sure you understand that I'm turning full power over to Mr. Rick Coffey and Mr. Peter Roccaforte in the field, because I have so many things on a global scale that have to be taken care of so that each one of you guys can have the tools you need and get paid very promptly and correctly. That's my goal and my mission. So I wanted to bring y'all and share that with you, because at the end of the day, the whole deal is just to make customers applaud and open their wallet, correct? Wouldn't you guys all agree with that? But in order to make customers get excited and open their wallet, it starts with those happy employees, those representatives that are in the field, the ones that are required to do those 8 to 9 shows per shift, the ones that have to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning and prep 16 bags of produce. The ones that have to work till 10 o'clock at night. Because their happiness then dictates your happiness. When they're happy, you're happy. Everyone agree with that one a little more? When those representatives aren't happy, we're not happy, are we? Not at all. That's my goal and why I'm here. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that what you've done in the past for Twin Towers means nothing to me. What you've done in the past for other companies means nothing to me. It's almost like every single person here looks like this whiteboard right here. Because that's what it is, an open palette. And I'm hoping that each one of you take this for what it is, at face value. And in the words that this man speaks, the words that this man speaks become the words that you speak. Because they're the words I speak already. I've already approved this message. To a T. They take my teachings and they made it fancy for you, and colorful, and explainable, and teachable. And soon enough, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you will have a franchisable model. To a T. Because once it's a franchisable model, it then becomes a monetizable model. And when this is monetized the right way, it all works out. It's easy breezy cover girl in a matter of seconds. So as you go through today, we're going to be handing you guys more papers to take notes on. You notice you all have clipboards, you all have paper, you have pens, we have tons of handouts, we have notebooks to put them all in, we have it all, okay? Think of this as your start. And if it's not taught here today, but it has to do with something that we're doing today, forget about it. It doesn't matter. What matters is today. What matters is this whiteboard right here. If you notice the sign, it says retain. This is why we're here. Right here. Retain. Personally, I have a 90% retention rate. Mr. Karat kicks my butt with a 100% retention rate. Good job. Good job. I tell you guys this because this is the key right here to success. To retain. To retain. Right here. It's easy, but it's going to take work. And that's why these gentlemen are here. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up the National Training Manager, Mr. Rick Coffey.